Welcome you to Cokesbury College. This is the centerpiece of a historic colonial village that was founded actually down the road a piece at Tabernacle, which is across from Park Seed. And in the early 1800s they moved up to this area, which is high ground. And it is the highest ground, allegedly, between Columbia and Greenville. They settled here, and they were a group of Methodists from Culpeper, Virginia, a number of them, and they were very insistent upon education. They valued education, and they built, after their churches, schools. So when they moved here, they built a boys' school and a girls' school across the way. This was the little county store over there. And before they moved here, they laid out all the roads and all the houses where people were going to live. It was a planned community. And as many of the people moved their houses, some of these big old houses that surround here that are still original Cokesbury homes were moved from Tabernacle. And it was so well known on the East Coast for its education that when the Masons wanted to start a college for girls, they thought this would be the community that would support this, because after all, girls were not going to college very frequently. Erskine had just begun admitted women, but this was a college for women. And the Masons built it, laid the cornerstone in 1854. There were 2,000 people who came here to see that cornerstone laid. It was quite an event. And this college in the community is the #2 site for the Methodist Church worldwide, and you'll see a plaque as you go in through the door. A lot of history here, but let's go in and see what the college looks like inside.
The college opened here, and it was open basically 20 years, even through the Civil War, which is pretty remarkable when you consider the time. It closed in 1874 because that was the beginning of Reconstruction, and nobody in the South had any money to send their kids to school. So it was turned over to the Methodist Conference. It became a conference school until 1918, at which point they gave it over to the Cokesbury School District, and it operated as a public school until 1954, even though it didn't have running water or electricity, remarkably. Then it sat empty for about 12 years, and the Methodist Conference gave orders to tear it down, which would have been a tragic shame. A lady named Nell Graydon, whose husband was from this village, said they wanted to allow that to happen. And she got the legislature to give her 1 year to raise some seed money to start restoring the building. The Methodist Conference gave that permission. So she wrote a cookbook, which is in the cabinet over here, called From My House to Yours. And she raised $10,000 in 1966 dollars. That's like easily $100,000 now with a little cookbook. And then she got a traveling Salvador Dali exhibit to come to Greenwood. And it raised, well, they had 37,000 visitors. And they got all the gate from that. So that was all the seed money to start restoring. So they started in 1967, finished in 1971, and then it reopened to the public. And since that time, it's been used as for a venue for weddings or parties or anything like that. Our future projects include restoring the old Daugherty Manual Labor School chapel right across the street, and at some point restoring the old village store over there. But those will both be costly projects, so if you need a good tax deduction, Cokesbury is a great place to do it. We're open on Sundays during the summer, fall, from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock, unless it's pouring rain. We'd love you to come out for a visit. Thanks.